I'm Cass.
And I'm Kin.
And you'll never find another podcast like me. Hee hee. Alright, guys, welcome back. It's season 2, episode 4.
Yeah.
So we're moving right along in this season. Today we thought we would do a little something different because, we were getting a little low on Taylor news because she's out enjoying her beach vacation with her boo. And we're going to do some conspiracies.
We went on all of these social media platforms today and we found some really funny and unhinged Taylor theories for TS11 and just Taylor in general.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into it. I can go first.
Okay.
So this is from Michael LOL at T Swift on Twitter. And he says, I'm onto a new Rep Taylor's version theory. The Tortured Poets Department is spelled in all caps, while Rep is spelled in all lowercase. Rep is black, Tortured Poets Department is white. Tay fell in love with Joe during the Rep era and broke off in this. So it's related to Joe. So it's saying, I have another black reputation and Tortured Poets Department being white, but I thought that was really good to start into the next one. Here, let me find the second one. But what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's very interesting. And how, we know we have, everyone's like, oh, reputations, this, there's a certain vibe that comes with reputation. But I think that at its basis, Reputation is kind of a love album. Like, you have Delicate on there.
Mm-hmm. King of My Heart.
Dress.
Yes.
So you have all those kinds of songs, and yeah, it was the first album. It marked the there was some notes of Calvin Harris and Tom Hiddleston, but for the most part, it marked the beginning of Joe and Taylor's relationship.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is another one that has to do with the reputation being centered in black and Tortured Poets Department being centered in white. This was from Pinterest. I'm not quite sure who posted this, but it says, just now realizing that in the Reputation era she was black and white, but with a black core, since she was tortured by the media and people who didn't like her at her worst. However, later on she found love and there was an explosion of colors, which we know as Lover. But then with Midnights the colors start to fade and she finds when she starts to feel lost again. And we all thought that Midnights was her last album, which we talked about this in the last episode, where we thought that Midnights marked the end of that her music era because Joe wanted her to give up music so they could live a regular life together. But then we talked about how she couldn't give it up in one of the ending songs of the unreleased tracks. But then this goes on to say, now this current era, the Tortured Poets Department, she is completely black and white again, just like in the Rep era, but with a white core to symbolize peace and freedom. So it's Reputation was black at its core because she was still really struggling with her hate that she was getting from the media, hate that she was getting people from people around her. But in the Tortured Poets Department, the black and white symbolizes the white core and how she's free to do her own music. She's made peace with everything. She's surrounded by her people. But what do you think about that?
That's kind of crazy to think about because I never quite kind of linked Reputation and Tortured Poets together in my mind.
Black and white albums.
The black and white albums. That was insinuated kind of by her Grammys outfit when she announced Tortured Poets, and even going back to that, she had the white dress on, black gloves. So I really like that. Is Taylor a mastermind? We know Taylor is a mastermind, but is she a mastermind in color theory now too?
Yeah, because it again goes back to the color theory that we were talking about, how each of the variants for the Tortured Poets Department is a stage of grief.
Yes.
So it's what are they? You know them. You were saying them the other day.
Anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. I'm forgetting one because there's 5. Sad. No, that's depression.
I don't know, but there's another one.
There is another one.
4 variants.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one theory that I was like, oh, we need to say this. And I was like, but then whenever we think of Evermore was black and white as well, but it also
Mhm.
had this fantasy element. So it's like Reputation was her like being against the media, and then her other black and white album Folklore was like coming back and just like telling stories and like being the fantasy. So like it was more gray. It was
Mhm.
like in the gray area, like what's real, what's fake. And then in the Tortured Poets Department, the white core again. Like, I don't know. I think she does black and white very well.
Right. Now I'm excited. Oh, I'm excited for Tortured Poets. Okay, going along with Reputation, I have one
Okay.
from Reputation. I don't have the credit. I'm sorry, but whoever said this, I give you all the credit because I really like this. Um, so Reputation TV announcement on November 10th
Mm-hmm.
of this year because um it's exactly 2191 days
Okay.
apart from November 10th, 2017,
Mm-hmm.
which we know was Reputation Stolen Version's original release date.
Yeah.
And it's not 2190 days like Glitch says,
Mm-hmm.
but 2 plus 1 plus 9 plus 1 is,
13.
you guessed it.
Yeah.
So I like this theory. I also have a pretty conceptual feeling that we're going to get either the full album or at least New Year's Day Taylor's version
Mm-hmm.
in like New Year's Day, New Year's Eve
Yeah.
type beat.
I agree with that. She would take away the election storm by like the election drama by releasing something on in November of this year. That would be so Taylor.
Yeah,
Like to ease the tensions of the election.
because
She would
election
release
day,
it
because election day would be
week.
the next week. Yeah,
Yeah, which is also a crazy thing, but
we'd
not so
have
healthy.
conspiracy theorists after her again,
Mm-hmm.
yet again, that she's trying to skew the election some way. You know, it was so funny. I looked up Taylor Swift theories, and the first thing that comes up is all these political things of
Yeah.
how like she's trying to do all these wacko things, and I'm like, okay,
So many people think that Taylor's is going to be a big write-in name during the 2024 election, and I I genuinely think they're correct because I know some Swifties like would love for her to be president, but at the same time, I will personally not be writing Taylor Swift's name down on the election ballot this year.
I saw someone on TikTok just the other day on the on my For You page. They came up and it was like them getting done with their primary and handing in their ballot, and then it was like them walking away knowing that I just wrote in Taylor Swift as like the writing candidate for the presidential election,
Oh
and I
my
was like,
lord.
I don't know if you want to be announcing that to the world
No.
because um
Taylor is good for the music business politics, and I don't think she's meant to be in like actual politics. I mean, like, yes, we love like her saying like all of her standards and like all the things that she believes. Like we appreciate that, and we're like, it's very rare for an artist to be able to like go out and say that. But like I genuinely believe that she's an artist at heart, and she doesn't need to be involved and like worried about presidential stuff. Like that's ridiculous. If she's worried about being the president, she can't focus on releasing new music. And I don't think that's what any Swiftie wants. But it's like really scary that so many Swifties are like doing this because I know that TikTok was not the only person that did that.
no, and it's not the last person to do it. People are going to continue writing her in.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
Okay.
let's break away from those political
Yes.
theories and get back to more fun, unhinged ones.
This is going along with your reputation one and the color theory again. This is by Delusional Swifty Theories. Um, and they say, what if Reputation Taylor's version is going to have a green aesthetic instead of black and white? She made 1989 more of a beach aesthetic and made Red Taylor's version more of a fall aesthetic. This is probably not true. That's what the end of the thing says. But like when you think about it, she could be correct because the snake emoji is the big like emoji that Taylor uses on like Reputation,
Right.
and the snake is green. I don't know. And plus we saw her like in the like green outfit that she had on that one night when everybody was clowning about Reputation, Taylor's version. But I don't know.
I think that like I like that, but I feel like 1989 was still blue
Mm-hmm.
and red was still red.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna stick with the black. Even she would have to mix up her colors for the Eras tour because it still has that like sensational black feel.
Mm-hmm. With
In
hints of red.
with hints of red with the suit. I wouldn't be surprised if we got another outfit because we have only had one outfit and we get
Mm-hmm.
that black and green. So to implement hints of green, just like you were saying with the snake. But I think we're still gonna be predominantly a black aesthetic for Reputation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Let's go to another theory. This one's just funny to me. So the caption is theory. So Taylor and Matty Healy dated for 2 weeks, or they supposedly dated for 2 weeks. What's the first song on Tortured Poets Department? Fortnight. And how long is a fortnight? 2 weeks.
Oh boy.
Literally how long Taylor and Maddie lasted. I don't know what will happen if we get a Maddie Healy song, but I'm down to find out. Because there's so many theories that the Torture Poets Department is about each one of her exes. And Fortnite being about Maddie Healy kind of sounds accurate. With Post Malone feature, that's on Fortnite, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I thought.
Um, I guess. I mean, that's a little scary because they were rumored to be dating around my tour
Show?
date.
Yep.
Yeah. And I went to Philly night too. So, and he was there. He was in the VIP tent, and that was a very low time for us Swifties.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that's a very interesting take,
Yeah.
and I
I
don't think I'm prepared for that.
I thought it was an interesting one because like going along with like the exes theory. Ah, sorry. I remember another theory that I found, but I have to go like out and find it. But it goes along with that theory, like it's about her exes, and oh, now I gotta go find it. But yeah, keep talking about what it is because I know exactly where it is.
Yeah. I don't, I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting to see who gets brought up in this upcoming album because it's like the Tortured Poets department, and when you think of a department, it's made up of many members and not just one. I mean, we know that Taylor's the chairperson of it, but
I found it.
okay.
Sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
We know that Taylor's the chairperson of it, but who's like the associate members? No one knows.
Okay, this theory is brought to us by Instagram by Swifty Kim, who is a German Swifty, and this theory is insane to me. Okay, so it goes, did Taylor write her deluxe albums and thus the bonus tracks about her past relationship? Here comes the theory on this, and which totally makes sense. What if the manuscript stands for the man you scripted? It's no secret that Taylor has written many songs in which she romanticizes her past relationships, lyrics such as My One and Only My Lifeline and All at Once You Are the One, I'd Marry You with Paper Rings, and so on. But what happens if she scripted her relationships to be more beautiful than it was and didn't really pay attention to what her relationship was actually like? I wouldn't marry me either. You're losing me. Taylor once says that she only releases quote unquote negative songs about a partner when she's sure it's over for good. Is that one of the reasons why You're Losing Me came out after so much later? The Bolter is apparently a pub that Taylor and her ex boyfriend were spotted at in public in 2019. Could this pub visit be prompted the writing of this song? Note, this is a note by her. I do not share paparazzi photos that were taken without consent, so you will not find a photo of proof here. But if you Google what it means to call someone an albatross, the following comes up. They cause they can they cause you great problems from which you cannot escape, or they prevent you from doing what you want to do. And also, do not forget what Taylor's Grammy look. It was like the sleek white and the black gloves, which we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all it says. But I just thought that one, the man you scripted, being instead of manuscript, I think that fits so well.
Okay.
That theory was insane when I read it. And I didn't share it with her because I was like, I want her raw reaction on camera.
That's crazy. And it's kind of crazy because I have my own theory. I didn't get this from anyone. This just like popped in my head when I was thinking about what to talk about today. Um and it's that I think Taylor and Joe weren't together. They were separated a lot longer than we know.
Yeah.
And, we know that he worked under a pseudonym. He worked under William Bowery on Folklore and Evermore.
Okay.
So I think they were still together during the Folklore era. I don't think they were still together during the Evermore era, but I think that they were still on good working relations, that they could, you know,
Yeah.
work together.
Because whenever Taylor accepted her Grammy that year for folk,
Folklore, yeah.
for Folklore, she
Yeah.
says thank you to Joe, the first person I share all my songs with, the first person that like hears, and the person that I write with. So they were still. That's whenever that theory confuses me, is because like she like openly says that they were like still like connected in a closer way than would seem to be friends after a breakup,
Right.
because they wrote songs together.
But like a happy person doesn't write tolerated and champagne problems. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So, but I believe that things started to get messy. Something happened that we probably don't know about, and that's why Tree had to break the news of their breakup to the public
Yeah.
before something else happened. And so that could be like if something else did come out, they could be like, oh, they broke up. Or that could have prevented something else from coming up. I just think about that all the time. And then you saying about, You're Losing Me coming out a lot.
A lot longer.
Yeah, on
afterwards.
streaming after. And that's when it kind of just cemented that final stake in the coffin, that they're over, they're done, you lost me kind of thing.
Yeah, and that was right before rumors of Taylor and Travis started coming out too.
Right.
So maybe it was like this thing of we have to like let the public know that Joe and I are like officially done, so that way I can start like easy, like slowly start making my way out with Travis. Because that's Taylor. Like, she doesn't want people thinking that she's a cheater or anything.
No, no. And I mean, she does have a reputation,
Yeah.
no pun intended, to kind of keep. And, there's still, I mean, no matter what she does, people are always going to be jealous, and people are always going to down talk her and make up these horrible things about her. But she just wants to make sure that she does things right. And she does.
Yeah.
She does. She has an amazing PR team led by Tree.
Yes, Tree Payne, man.
And
she is life goals, honestly.
And she's just living life.
Yeah. Okay, so this video has been resurfacing on my TikTok specifically, and it's like whenever she's talking about like the glitter pens and like the quills and all that stuff. I just thought this was funny. This is not a theory. So it's like genre categories for Midnight's lyrics unveiled. Gel pen songs were Bejeweled and Karma. Quill pen songs were Anti-Hero, Snow on the Beach, Mastermind. Fountain pen songs, Lavender Haze, Maroon, You're on Your Own Kid, Midnight Rain, and so on. And then this girl from Twitter, I can't read the name, but it says she wrote vigilante shit with a knife.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny.
No, I love that.
It's not like a theory or anything, but I just thought like, oh, yeah, it fits.
Yeah.
So, but that was just funny to me. What's another theory? Oh, this one's fun for me. Taylor sang Coney Island after announcing the Albatross, and guess what happened in Coney Island in 1903? A fire that was started by one of the Albatross hotel employees because of an unrequited love at West End of the Bowery. In 1903, 1 plus 9 plus 0 plus 3, 13.
Wow.
It's a little history, Swiftie.
I mean, we know that Taylor loves her history from Rebecca Harkness and The Last Great American Dynasty. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised. And we're also probably getting a more historical song with Clara Bow, because she was a historical figure.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna get a little bit more of that vibe from Tortured Poets, which makes sense because poetry has very historical roots usually. So
Yeah. Um, Here, let's go another theory given to us by the lovely Swifty Kim. This is the theory, the detective. So, is Taylor Swift the detective in a trial she's a victim in? I have my own theory on this, which I would like to present to you. This one's interesting, and it's a little bit of a far stretch, but I think it's fun. What if Taylor works as a detective in the Tortured Poets department and is working on her own case? On the deluxe CD of the album, we have the bonus track, the manuscript, and it says the file name. Files can be found where? In a trial or a court case. What if there are more files with more bonus tracks? Could there be clues in the case of the Tortured Poets? With all her recent albums, Taylor has released several versions of the album. Also, in her last album, Midnights, there are some lyrics that out Taylor as a detective. She needed cold hard proof, so I gave her some. She's had the envelope where you think she got it from. Burn all the files. I find the artifacts, cried over a hat, cursed the space that I needed. I traced the evidence. The aim of the trial is to create justice. On the back cover, Taylor writes, I love you, it's ruining my life. What if this signs that she is finally standing up for herself and dealing with the files, her relationships that have destroyed her?
whoa,
Yeah.
that's
And that goes back to like this album being about all her exes.
right. That's
It's a good theory. Again, go follow Swifty Kim on Instagram. She is fantastic. She has posted several of these about the Tortured Poets department, and they were all fantastic.
no, that's really good. Like
Yeah.
just thinking about like how Taylor and her team always has a structure to their design and everything has a meaning. And then these people that go out and decrypt the meaning of the
Mm-hmm.
structure, not even like the songs. It extends way past the songs and their
100%.
lyrics and their titles, but just about the design. Um
And going to the design, if you look at the back of the Lover album or CD cover, it is like her hand with like the heart, like her hand's like really high up. She has like
mhm.
a smile on her face with the heart or whatever.
Yeah.
And it parallels really well with the back of the manuscript vinyl
Where
with her
she's like,
head down
yeah.
low and the quote being I love you ain't that the worst thing you have ever heard from the back of the Lover album to I love you it's ruining my life on the back of Torture Poets Department.
Yeah.
It's like again it's just showing the parallels of like the structure of how she structured the Lover album versus how she's structuring this album. Parallels are uncanny to say
Mhm.
the least.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna be a fun little album to say the least.
No.
There's a lot of feelings going to be involved in this
Mm-hmm.
one, and I think they're gonna hurt.
Yeah. I did see one thing when I was searching for all of these, and it was like, I really want But Daddy, I Love Him to be like this screamy pop song, like All American Bitch by Olivia Rodrigo.
Mhm.
Like, just, I want to scream, But Daddy, I love him. Like, that would be amazing. But,
I want that energy for I Can Fix Him, though really I can, because I don't know if I talked about this before, but that's my claim track of this album.
mm-hmm.
Um and I need like that all American bitch, like love is embarrassing kind of feel
Yes.
for I Can Fix Him, though really I can.
Oh yeah, we haven't discussed our claim tracks, but that's your claim track.
That is my claim track.
My claim track is But Daddy, I Love Him, just
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a Harry stan and But Daddy, I Love Him.
Oh, I'm so excited. We're like less than a month out, and
It's crazy. Like
that's
we have
crazy.
2 more episodes until we have the album.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited.
Oh, okay, I have a very fun and unhinged one that I crafted from the depths of my mind.
I'm listening. Go.
I have a theory that me, our lovely me, was on was on the Eras Tour set list originally.
Okay.
And she took it out the night before the Eras tour began in Glendale like almost a year ago because she thought she was going to get bullied from it. Because don't you remember seeing that TikTok
Sound
where she was
checking
sound
me.
checking me
I
in Glendale,
do.
and then mysteriously it just wasn't there after everyone was
Yeah,
like, no way we're getting me in the Eras tour
I can see that.
set list.
Yeah, that makes sense. Unfortunately, that makes sense. But it,
And the fact that she hasn't done it as a surprise song yet even more
I
validates.
thought she did do me.
No, she didn't.
Oh, it's the fake. It's like the fake
It's
POV. You get
yeah,
me as your secrets.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember those two. Yeah,
yeah. But I
because
think
it would
she's
fit
just
perfectly into the set list between you need to calm down and the Archer.
uh-huh. I mean, I personally, okay, if I'm gonna get shade for this comment, I'm gonna get shade for this comment. But personally, I don't think Me's the most horrible song ever. I just
No.
think it's so fun. I I do like it better with the single version with it spelling is fun,
Hmm.
and I will forever rue the person that took it out on the album version.
Yeah.
But I just think it's a fun song. I mean, I know like people like to laugh that like in Miss Americana, they're like, I just need to write a better album, and then the first thing that she puts out after that is me. But
But it matches the fun, colorful rainbow vibes that the entire album gives. Like it represents the fun part of Taylor, where it's like you'll never find another like me.
right,
And well, we can't even say anything about me because me is literally the intro to our podcast. Like
literally,
we are me stans. Like we don't hate me.
no.
But the thing is like it fits the fun vibes that Taylor's trying to give in the midst of like the whole lover era.
And like the music video is just so fun too.
Yeah, she gives so many Easter eggs in that music video too.
She gave the album title in that music video. Like, just think about the time that that was released. We didn't even know the title of her seventh album.
Oh, that was a crazy time in my life. Holy crap. I
2019,
just got
man.
war flashbacks. Like
2019.
PUV, we were in 8th grade, sitting there watching the Me music video. Oh,
Mm,
that that gives me odd vibes and I don't like it. Anyways, but yeah, she probably did get bullied out of taking me off the
I
set
think it was
list.
like a last minute, like, oops, we're not doing that anymore.
My bad. My bad. Not gonna happen this time. But okay, I have another question. So, in the last episode, I was thinking we talked about how we think the Tortured Poets department is going to be taken and put into the Eras tour for this next
Mhm.
leg. What songs from which eras do you think will get cut down so they have room for the Tortured Poets department?
So this is a perfect question because I was just watching the Eras Tour movie again. I've watched it 3 times
Because you
in
can now stream it on
total
Disney Plus, and you
since
totally
it's
should.
come out on streaming, and it's the light of my life.
Oh wait, we also need to talk about what didn't happen. Anyways, go.
Yes. Um. So I have some assumptions that Lover's gonna be cut down because, I think she wanted to give Lover its run because Loverfest originally was canceled because of
Mm-hmm.
COVID. Okay, but I think it's had its run. I think we can cut out, or I think what she can cut out.
You'll never
Um,
find them. Nope, that's not in the
no,
set list.
I think you need to
Need to
calm
calm down.
down. I think we might be losing the Archer given that
Really?
she didn't include it in the first cut of the movie.
I think we'll lose the man. I think we'll lose the man. And then what is it called?
I don't think we'll lose the man only because it has she I know she just loves to introduce the man with like,
Mm,
"Hey, city she's in, you're making me feel like the man." And
yeah,
with with the costumes, like they can't we also got to think about it in more of a sustainable way because she has that like that's one of her statement songs of the Eras tour.
yeah.
I would move to say that's one of them.
The only reason I said that is that they can completely eliminate that entire like house set that they have on the tour, because if they cut the man and you need to calm down, it can go straight from Lover into the Archer. where she's already in the center of the
Mm,
stage and she can walk up, sing the Archer, go down into Fearless.
okay.
That's my thing.
Okay.
I think she'll cut a little bit of red.
I think she'll also cut a little bit of red. She'll keep 22 so she can keep doing the 22 hat.
I think she'll just do 22 in All Too Well 10 minutes.
I hot take. I think that's all she needs.
Yeah.
Um, I will say we are never ever getting back together is really fun live.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how she has the inclusion of her backup dancers in it. I don't think we need I Knew You Were Trouble. I'm not a big fan of I Knew You Were Trouble.
Yeah.
I know, but most of the red set is her radio singles. So,
Mm-hmm.
well, all of it except for All Too Well 10-minute version because she needs that one.
All Too Well 10-minute version was too big of a deal whenever it released to like take it off the set
Right.
list.
So, I agree. I think we're going to chop down Evermore and Folklore a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally, I would want to see a chop of Midnights now that we've gotten its kind of run and like move over. Album number 10, 11's incoming.
I still think that Midnights will close the tour.
I it's such I mean Karma, you can't close with any other song other than Karma now that she's instilled it.
Yeah. I think that the perfect place for her to put Tortured Poets Department, well, we don't even have the vibes of the album, so I could be completely wrong, would either be like right after the acoustic set. So it'd be acoustic, or yeah, it would be acoustic set, Tortured Poets Department, and then Midnights. Because we don't know what the vibe is, but I have a feeling it'd be like closer to the end of what she's currently doing after the acoustic set would be really cool. Or right between, honestly, either right in front of the acoustic set or right behind. That's just my theories. Because
Um,
I don't know what kind of outfit she would do for Tortured Poets Department.
will she just put on another cover up? Like you know how like she puts the cover up like her dress for the surprise songs, the acoustic session over her 1989 outfit.
Yeah.
Would she do something like that?
I forgot about that transition. Oh crap. No, I don't know.
With
Either that or before 1989, but I don't know what outfit. What if the outfit that she wears for the acoustic set is the outfit that she wears for the Torture Poets Department? Because it just goes over her 1989 outfit, and
right
then
and like there's a brand new like it's not like the acoustic section's outfit needs to stand unless we get
alone.
like a new outfit slip over.
Ah, it's so difficult.
Unless she just does all of Tortured Poets in like in the acoustic section.
But
But it's not.
but her fans have grown so fond of the surprise songs. Like that's like
No,
one
I
of the
wouldn't.
staples of the Eras
I
tour.
wouldn't say she wouldn't like not do surprise songs anymore. She would just like do like perform Tortured Poets like
Yeah.
one and then another song. I mean, I personally don't like that outlook on things because it is a new era. I think it should be cemented as a whole era
Mm,
in the tour. But
yeah.
I mean, realistically, that's what she could do because we know this is different circumstances, but that's what she did with her vault songs
Mhm.
for Speak Now in 1989.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Do you want to get back to? Oh, we need to talk. I'm done with theories. We need to talk about what didn't happen last week because I'm so mad. So we
Oh,
all last week, no, 2 weeks ago, we talked about how Taylor was filming something in front of the Hollywood sign for Disney Plus. We never got anything, not yet at least. As of March 26th, we have not gotten a single thing that would resemble that, and it made me mad. I was a little upset. Not gonna lie to you, I was a little upset because I thought we were gonna because Disney Plus went live on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought we were gonna get like a little Taylor speech at the beginning, but no, it went straight from the countdown to our watch time is currently this, and I was so upset.
Yeah. I don't know what that was about Disney. I I want to kind of see where that was. Was that also something in relation to a new project? Because there's been speculation about a documentary.
Yep, I've seen that.
So, and we know that she's now in cahoots with Disney. And if a documentary would go anywhere, it would go straight to Disney because they have the rights to the Eras Tour.
Yeah, which they need to give us the educational rights for. That'd be spectacular.
Please, Disney.
Please, we would
Please.
appreciate that for other reasons that aren't for the podcast. But yeah, I was like kind of upset. I was looking forward to like a cute little like Taylor, and she'd be like, "Hey guys, thank you so much for like all the support you give me on the Eras tour. I'm so happy that you guys can call it yours and stream it on Disney Plus." Like that, what I was. That's all I needed. I needed that 2 minute script from Taylor. That's it.
Yeah. And not like one of her, just like, hey guys, on Instagram with like a picture of the Eras Tour poster.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm very thankful that it's on streaming now.
Oh yeah, we can watch it as many times as we want.
Which I have been doing. I've been taking very much an advantage to it. But yeah, I just like you said, I want to see that little like more but also have kind of thoughts out there that well, maybe something else is out there, maybe something's in the works because when is it not?
Yeah. Taylor's always got something up her sleeve. One of the funny things that I like saw on TikTok was like it was like Taylor yelling at Travis, or like it looked like she was yelling at Travis, and it's like, what was Taylor yelling at Travis about? And one of the funny things is like Taylor being like, they have an album coming out in 25 days and they're still wanting Reputation Taylor's version. But like that's what I felt like in that moment. I was like, Taylor would be yelling at me about. She's like, "You are getting an album in 10 days, and you really wanted this," and I would have been like, "Yes, yes, Taylor, that's what I wanted. Please and thank you."
I also think that it's really like just the photos that have come out of Taylor and Travis's vacation, like both in like the LA pictures and the ones down in Mexico. Like I kind of hate it because I'm like, stop invading their privacy, but it's really cute to see them together. So I don't mind seeing like some snippets of them, but like the one where Travis is like glaring at the photographer, the paparazzi that's taking the picture.
Yeah.
And I was like, if Travis Kelsey looked at me, I think I would burst into flames.
I would cry.
Like
I would like full on cry if he looked at me like that.
I would like throw my camera to him and be like, "Take it,
delete it. Like, I don't need it. Take it and delete it."
Yeah, I don't think I could handle if I was like I felt a little like unsteady just like looking at the picture and he wasn't even like looking at me. And also the beach pictures.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Travis Kelsey is just the man at the end of the day.
He's just boy. He's just Ken.
He's just Ken.
He's giving so much Kenergy all the time.
I'm like, yeah. Especially the one on the beach, laying on the beach. Yeah, you guys know what we're talking about.
If you don't, Google it. It's an easy Google search, and you'll understand.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Thank you for sticking around as we decoded the mastermind herself, Taylor Swift.
Maybe some of these glitches found in her manuscript will come true.
So subscribe on all platforms and follow us on our Instagram, and we'll see you in the afterglow.